Alright, in this video we're going to talk about finding the x and y intercepts. By the end of this video you should understand what the x and y intercepts are and how to find the x and y intercepts given a line in a graph and also given an equation. So first of all, what are the x and y intercepts? Well, this is quite simple. The x-intercept, so the x-intercept is the point at which our graph, or our line, crosses the x-axis. So notice this one crosses the line, the x-axis at x equals 2. Our y-intercept is the point at which the line crosses the y-intercept, or in this case, where y equals 3. Now it's important to note here that wherever this line crosses the y-intercept, x is always going to equal 0, right? Because if we come down to our origin, 0, 0, well, we go up to y equals 3, x hasn't changed the value. Now the same can be said for when we talk about our x-intercept. In this case, the y value will always be 0. Wherever this line, no matter what kind of line we have, crosses the x-axis, y will always be 0. So in this case, if we wanted to find our x and y intercepts looking at this line here, all we have to do is look at our graph, and we see again that the line crosses when x equals 2 and y equals 0. So our x-intercept is the point 2, 0. And the y-intercept is the point 0, because we haven't gone anywhere in the x direction, positive 3. Now, let's look at this and talk about if we were given the equation of this line instead. So the equation for this line is 2y plus 3x equals 6. Now, remember what we said over here, that whenever we're talking about the x-intercept, y is always going to equal 0. Whenever we're talking about the y-intercept, x will always be 0. So it's easy to forget and get them mixed up. It's always the opposite of what you might think it is, because if we're trying to find the y-intercept, we're going to set not y to equal to 0, but x. So finding the y-intercept, so to find the y-intercept of an equation, we are going to substitute in 0 for the x value. So 2y plus 3 times 0 equals 6. This means we can simplify this. 3 times 0 is 0, so we have 2y plus 0 equals 6. Continue to simplify this, and we have 2y equals 6. Divide both sides by 2, and we're left with y equals 3, which is what we got over here. Now, let's talk about the x-intercept. To find the x-intercept, we're going to do the same thing, except this time we're going to plug in 0 for y. So we have 2y plus 3x equals 6. We're going to substitute in 0 for y. That's going to equal 6. Now we're going to get this cancels out. We have 0 plus 3x equals 6, which is 3x equals 6. So all we have to do is divide both sides by 3, and we're left with x equals 2. And again, notice this is what we got up here.